right, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. On the Commander General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or camp. And what we teach is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible. And our oppressor, white society, the European man, is the true devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? And what we're going to be going in today, of course, this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class here in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. We're going to be getting into how the pastor of a mega church down here in Greenville, South Carolina, John Gray, is not a brother to his people at all. You understand him? He's not a brother to his true brothers in need. You understand? He's not a brother to in our retrospect, he's a brother to men that are rich. You understand? And we look throughout the Bible, you know, as far as riches destroying a man, and this is what we wouldn't. This is exactly what we're witnessing here, down here in South Carolina, pertaining to this relentless church. Late of last week, they had a termination letter of their lease posted on the church doors. And I've been following this story since then. John Gray has have come forward and throughout many articles saying that the church isn't going anywhere and is nothing to worry about. But it's a recent article that just came out pertaining to one of his staff members, one of his former staff members, and I'm gonna read this article, and then we're gonna go into a couple of scriptures, and then of course, like always, if you have any questions or comments, just please type them in, and we'll definitely make sure that they are definitely answered accordingly. So I'm gonna just go off with the article starting off. So this is the WYFF4.com, the news channel 4 here in Greenville, South Carolina. And the title, the title speaks for itself. It says, "Former staffer speaks out as upstate megachurch eviction controversy continues." You understand? And this article came out today. Matter of fact, just a couple hours ago. You understand? From this news from this news channel. You understand? So I'm just gonna go ahead and start reading the article. So it says Jacob Johnson, who used to be the gym director for Relentless Church, just wants the truth. Well, Jacob Johnson, you understand, brother? Not certain if you're a brother or a heathen, but listen, man. All in all, man, that's what we all want to know, man. You understand? Is the truth. You understand? How come he wasn't able? How come this quote unquote multi-millionaire? You understand? His net worth is. I was looking that up. Is roughly anywhere from $6 to $7 million. You understand? But they are receiving eviction notices, man. You understand? So just like Jacob Johnson wants to know as far as just the truth, that's exactly what we want to know, John Gray, as well too. We just want to know the truth. So we're gonna go ahead and start reading this article. Jacob Johnson was in charge of the Imagine Center, the gym at Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina. And of course, when you think about that Relentless Church, it is very, very big. I went there for the first time. It was for an all blackity food truck event, and we was just in one portion of the church, and we did drive past this gym, and that gym is very, very massive. I haven't been in there, but I know Officer Dawada and possibly a couple of brothers have been in the actual gym. But this is a true mega church down here in Greenville, South Carolina. It's right off Haywood Road, right, Officer Dawada? All right, you understand? So it's a very, 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 very well known church, and of course, a lot of its garbage is finally coming out. You understand? This is something that, of course, Commander Jenny YAHANNA has been talking about all of these wicked churches about. Man. You understand? You got something to say? Right, and the same pastor, you understand, that bought his wife a $500,000 Lamborghini truck, you understand, but they are receiving eviction notices, man. You understand? So just like Jacob Johnson wants to know, you understand, we just want to know the truth, John Gray. You understand? So once again, Jacob Johnson was in charge of the Imagine Center, the gym at Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina. It says, after the church sent a letter responding to the landowner notice of termination of a non-residential lease, Johnson and other staff grounded Thursday night for a meeting. You understand? So just like just like the Christian church, you understand, of course, they kind of sort of want to get to the bottom line of it. You understand? And this article is very, very heavy. You understand? It is going to have some very, very valuable information here. It's just bear with me here momentarily. So I'm gonna read that part again. It says after the church sent a letter responding to the landowner's notice of termination of a non-residential lease, Johnson and other staff gathered Thursday night for a meeting. You understand? So, and this is Johnson once again. He tells that the WIFF for Renee Wunderlich, things turned hostile when he asked the pastor whether or not the church was being evicted. Hostile. You understand? So, that's just a form of I'm trying to hide something. You understand? When 9 out of 10 times when a person become hostile, they have something to hide and they do not want to bring forth the truth. You understand? 1 second. I'm gonna stop right here, right quick. Let me get the scripture in the truth sets you free. Give me 1 second here. You understand? Sir, if you don't mind, John 8:32.
John chapter 8, verse 32. Mm-hmm. And ye shall know the truth.
You understand? And we should know the truth. You understand? Like, we are about to know the truth in the lies and some hidden values of the Relentless Church here in Greenville, South Carolina. Keep going.
And the truth shall make you free.
You understand? And some type of truth is going to come forth and is going to set Mr. Johnson's mind free. You understand? And of course, everyone that is also viewing this as well too is going to set, you understand, be able to have a little better understanding of how wicked, of course, the Christian church is as a whole, but morally, you understand, dealing with this wicked pastor of John Gray here in South Carolina. So once again, Johnson told this broadcaster, of course, that things turned hostile when he asked the pastor whether or not the church was being evicted. You understand? It says the room shifted. It shifted tremendously. You understand? And of course, You understand? It's not talking about as far as the actual room shifted. You understand? Just as far as emotions, you understand, shifted. You understand when that question was asked to Mr. Gray. You understand? Like everybody emotions just shifted. You understand? Like everybody, um, um, I don't want to say as far as beliefs, but as far as how they felt about their pastor, you understand, who they've been following for a very, very long time, all of their emotions just shifted tremendously to a sense where I no longer felt as I no longer felt like I was at a church. You know what I'm saying? I no longer felt like I was safe. You know what I'm saying? And that's very, very, pivotal because, of course, um, here in I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying, we make sure that safety is definitely number one. You know what I'm saying? So for this brother to say that he did not feel safe, you understand, is like, man, like, I mean, like, he's more than likely been looking up to this pastor, you know what I'm saying, since he's been going to this church. And for him to say that, you know what I'm saying, something had to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Something was leading up to this, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as him not feeling safe, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Christians say that the church is our safe house, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they say. I mean, like, they say that the church is our safe house. So for Johnson to say that he did not feel safe and he no longer felt that he was a part of this congregation says a lot. You understand? But we're gonna go ahead and keep reading. Johnson said, and I was really concerned about some of the leaders that jumped and rushed at me. You understand? So this is a physical, you know what I'm saying, as far as possible attack, man. You know what I'm saying? And as well as security that verbally assaulted me. You know what I'm saying? All because he wanted to know the truth of, as far as is the church really being evicted? You know what I'm saying? Is the quote unquote place of where I worship at being truly evicted? You know what I'm saying? And what's really going on, you know what I'm saying, of course, is these quote unquote leaders of the church and the quote unquote security guards of the church, you know what I'm saying, like they all know exactly what was going on behind closed doors, man. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what's going on behind those closed doors, man. We confirmed with Greenville police that Johnson filed a complaint. You understand? Police tell WYFF4 that there was not enough evidence to charge anyone. You understand? So of course, you understand, like this particular Christian church is of course protected by the own Greenville Police Department. You understand? Because when we went out there for that that black food truck, you understand? I mean, like they had policemen out there as well too. You understand? For quote unquote safety. You understand? So that church is a well renowned church, and of course they want to make sure that they are safe, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, just how every Christian church does it, you know what I'm saying, John Gray and all these other Christian pastors, you know what I'm saying, of course, they always say that, oh man, there wasn't enough evidence, you know what I'm saying, to charge anyone. I mean, man, like, doesn't that sound familiar? You know what I'm saying? With real police brutality, you know what I'm saying? Like this brother, you know what I'm saying, Johnson said that he was rushed and verbally assaulted. Now, if that was the other way around, if someone verbally or rushed at John Gray, you better believe that they would be getting charged, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, not only that, I mean, like, think about all of these other Christian pastors, man. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen. I mean, let somebody verbally assault them and actually rush at them, they're going to be charged, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, like, you can just think about police brutality as well. I mean, like, this is just the the police force is as far as saving this particular church. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like they're protecting their own. You know what I'm saying? As far as dealing with the police force and dealing with police brutality, I mean, like, man, like this man Johnson said that he was verbally assaulted and rushed at. I mean, man, I mean, like, that's alone enough to be able um, to file a case. And I'm pretty sure it was multiple witnesses in there that actually seen this incident. So we're gonna read that part one more time. It says the room shifted. It shifted tremendously to a sense to where I no longer felt like I was at a church, man. You understand? And let me just say, you understand, Johnson, you were never at a church, man. You understand? You were at a money hungry, you understand, money hungry, just I mean like just filth, man. You understand? Like the Bible says, man, that that they are of their father the devil, man, and the lust that they are of that they will do, man. You understand? John Gray is no better than all these other pastors, man, or all these quote unquote pastors, man. Kanye West, Joel Osteen. I mean, like the list goes on and on, man. You understand? Like all of them follow suit of the Roman Catholic Church, man. You understand? All of them just follow suit of that Roman Catholic Church, man. And they're just all puppets, man. You understand? John Gray is a true puppet, man, to our true oppressor, man. You understand? Kanye West, the same thing, man. You understand? So we gonna read that part one more time. You know what I'm saying? It says the room shifted. It shifted tremendously to a sense where I no longer felt like I was at a church, or no longer felt like I was safe, Johnson said, and I was really concerned about some of the leaders that jumped up and rushed at me, and as well as security that verbally assaulted me. You understand? We confirmed with Greenville police that Johnson filed a complaint, but the police told the YFF4 that there was not enough evidence to charge anyone. You understand? Johnson tells WYFF4 he still loves his pastor. Man, brother, out of all of that, being verbally assaulted, you're not getting any of your questions answered, you still love this pastor, man. You still love this bastard, man. Out of all the money that he taken from you and your so-called brothers and your so-called sisters and your grandmas in the whole congregation, you know what I'm saying, and just flaunting it, man, with that $500,000 Lamborghini truck, man. I mean, just flaunting it. He said that he still loves his pastor, man. Johnson, man, like, really, man, like, you are still a Christian, man. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely still a Christian, man. And I hope his question did not offend anyone. He just wants to know the truth, man. Well, the truth is, Johnson, that you're never going to be able to find that answer, man. You know what I'm saying? And going to the pastor directly. You understand? I mean, like, they just verbally assaulted you, and some of the quote unquote leaders in that congregation actually charged you, man. You understand? As if they wanted to fight you for asking a simple question. We're gonna keep reading. Do we know the truth of this situation? And I said, are you pulling the wool over our eyes? Said Johnson. Note that it's not hard to stand up to somebody that you've looked up to, someone that you've looked for guidance for, someone to feed you. It's very hard to stand up against a man of God, quote unquote, as a young man who my beliefs are very, very strong. You know what I'm saying, Johnson? After this experience, brother, like, man, like, your eyes should be wide open, you know what I'm saying, to how evil and disgusting your Christian pastor really is. How evil and a brainwash that your pastor John Gray really is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, John Gray does not care about you, and he shows you that by sending his leaders to assault you, sending some other sending the security guards to verbally assault you, and to make insult to injury, you still did not get your question answered. You still did not get your question answered, man. Let's see here. So it says WYFF4 first reported Friday night that according to the legal documents, Relentless was served a termination letter, meaning that the landowner pastor Ron Carpenter of Redemption, a different megachurch, wanted them out. You know what I'm saying? So now is to the point where it's like, man, like whose balls bigger? You understand? Like whose balls bigger now? You know what I'm saying? Either it's quote unquote this pastor out at Redemption or John Gray. You know what I'm saying? So now all of these answers are all of these questions are being answered. You understand? So this pastor at Redemption wanted them out. I mean, like it just says plain and simple, like they wanted them out because pretty much he was losing too much money. This pastor Carpenter. Keep reading, but it says, but on Sunday, worshipers tell WIFF4 that Relentless pastor John Gray told the congregation there was no eviction notice and that he would announce the future of the church next week. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, more to come. You know what I'm saying? More to come. Can I get a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways? You understand? Because, man, like, he's just, it's like, man, like, okay, like, he says one thing, you know what I'm saying, but more information is coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, like, it's to the point where now, it's like, man, like, now we gotta wait a next week to see what the future holds for this quote-unquote mega church here in Greenville, South Carolina. Got that scripture, sir?
John.
All right.
James chapter 1 verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
You understand? A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways, man. You understand? John Gray is a very, very double-minded man, man. You understand? Like he says that he loves his people. You understand? But when one of his fellow members has a question, he does not answer it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's double-minded, man. They're like, oh, man, like, you can say this one thing, and then, man, like, okay, well, why are you asking me that question? You know what I'm saying? Like, the scripture says, let your yea be yeas and your nay be nays, man. You know what I'm saying? Be straightforward with the person, man. You know what I'm saying? If they have a question, answer that question, man. Even if it's not what they want to hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is going to come out regardless, man. The truth is going to trumble all. Let's see here. I'm gonna read that last part one more time. But on Sunday, worshipers tell WYFF4 that Relentless pastor John Gray told the congregation that there was no eviction notice and that he would announce the future of the church next week, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, man, like once again, man, like it's just like like a gas ball just ready to bust, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you got everything in this gas ball. It's like, man, okay, well, on one end we did receive this eviction notice, and then on another end, Pastor Ron Carpenter wanted, I mean, like he just wanted the church out. Now, you know, John Gray is saying, oh, you know what? Let's wait till next week to tell them exactly what's going to happen to the church, man. Let's tell them exactly what's going to happen to the church, but you have to wait, man. You know what I'm saying? Because so we can just clean, quote unquote, try to clean everything up and try to sweep all, like, everything bad up under the rug. I mean, man, but your people, your congregation wants to know what truly happened, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what truly happened, you know what I'm saying, on why you receive that termination notice of that building. You understand? Let's see here. So after WYFF4's 4 p.m. broadcast, Pastor John Gray, publicist Holly Bard, told WYFF4 in an email that, quote, they, Relentless, was served a termination or lease based on a verbal agreement. So now it's getting just a little juicy right now. You know what I'm saying? So right now it's getting a little juicy. You know what I'm saying? So what was that verbal agreement, man? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to read it as well, too. Redemption authorized their legal counsel to issue the following statement. Since the Relentless Church began operating on Redemption's Greenville campus in May of 2018, the two churches have worked toward Relentless taking control and ownership of the Greenville property. Despite nearly 2 years of negotiations, however, the parties have been unable to fully agree on the terms of this transition. You know what I'm saying? So once again, you know what I'm saying, it's about to get real juicy right now. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get into exactly what that quote unquote verbal agreement was. You know what I'm saying? It says right here, you know what I'm saying, that redemption, you know what I'm saying, in Relentless was working towards, you know what I'm saying, as far as Relentless, and this was back in May of 2018, you know what I'm saying, that they pretty much been negotiating on who's going to take, you know what I'm saying, the property down here in Greenville. We're going to keep reading this article. Because the parties have not been able to agree on a date for Relentless to vacate the property, you know what I'm saying? So once again, because the parties, meaning both Relentless and Redemption, you know what I'm saying, have not been able to agree on a date for Relentless to vacate the property. Redemption has taken steps to protect his property rights by sending a notice of lease termination to Relentless through legal counsel. You know what I'm saying? Which requires Relentless to vacate the property by December 31st of this year. And man, good night, man. So they have until December 31st to vacate the property. And it says, if Relentless does not vacate the property by December 31st of this year, Redemption will begin the necessary court process to have Relentless removed from the property in ordinance with South Carolina law. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, man, good night, man. So here's the email that Pastor John Gray received. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, now all of his church members know that he's just a liar. You know what I'm saying? And all he was using them for was their money. And not only that, he had this pastor at Redemption in on it as well, too. You know what I'm saying? He had this pastor at Redemption sign an agreement of determination of their lease, man. But now, you know what I'm saying, everything has come out. So now John Gray has to answer some more questions. As far as why was he waiting so long, you know what I'm saying, to tell his quote unquote congregation this? You know what I'm saying, why was he waiting so long to bring forth this information that was going to come out eventually anyway? I mean, man, like we reading an article right now that's literally bringing it out, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's literally, you know what I'm saying, telling all of the truth, man. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that part one more time, man, because this is very, very vital in this article, man. It says because the parties have not been able to agree on a date for relentless to vacate the property, redemption have taken steps to protect its property. So once again, man, so that relentless church, you understand, that was never their property in the beginning, man. Since May of 2018, that was never their property, man, in the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? That was the pastor of redemption property all in all, man. So redemption has taken steps to, of course, to protect its property. You know what I'm saying? To protect their property, rights by sending a notice of lease of termination to Relentless through legal counsel, man. You know what I'm saying? So this has been going on for a little over a year, man. The article said May of 2018, but of course it may, as far as it may go back just a little bit further than that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get legal counsel in, you know what I'm saying, some form of agreement had to happen prior to that date. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, John Gray has continually lied to his people, man. And this is supposed to be one of the main churches here in Greenville, South Carolina, man. You understand? I mean, man, good night. It says because the parties have not been able to agree on a date for Relentless to vacate the property, redemption has taken steps to protect its property rights by sending a notice of lease termination to Relentless through legal counsel, which requires, you know what I'm saying, Relentless to vacate the property by December 31st of this year. So, man, John Gray, like, once again, you have some explaining to do. You have some explaining to do, John Gray. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that, you know what I'm saying, your congregation wants to know. You know what I'm saying? Like the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? We can care less, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been saying this since 1969, man. You know what I'm saying? Commander Jenny YAHANNA has been saying this, man. You understand? But man, like your congregation, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Johnson, and as well as other member of your church wants answers, man. You understand? Of course, which requires Relentless to vacate the property by December 31st of this year. And it says, if Relentless does not vacate the property by that date, redemption will begin the necessary court process to have Relentless removed from the property in accordance with South Carolina law. You know what I'm saying? So they have the law involved, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is how, you know what I'm saying, like we understand, of course, in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying, that for one, of course, the Christian church is the true house of Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they cannot get along whatsoever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they are not brotherly at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they can care less about what a brother is going through, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, John Gray is definitely wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? But truly, you know what I'm saying? I mean, man, like good night, man. What is he truly going through, man? You know what I'm saying? We're to a point where his lease is terminated, man. Or is going to be terminated, man. 1 second here. I'm thinking about a scripture here. Let me get Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. Yeah, man. I mean, man, because good night, man. Let me go ahead go back to the article. We're gonna keep on reading this article, man. Yeah, so redemption will begin the necessary court process to have Relentless removed from the property in ordinance with South Carolina law. You got that scripture, sir? All right.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority.
You understand? When the righteous are in authority, man. You understand? Of course, that righteousness only dwells in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander Jenny YAHANNA, man.
Right.
You understand? That righteousness only dwells with us, man. You know You know what I'm saying? Because we are the righteous leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? We are the heroic leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? We are the true cult leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? And when righteousness is in authority, man. Keep going.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
You know what I'm saying? The people are rejoicing, man. Of course, you know what I'm saying? In the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? We are rejoicing when we read this article, you know what I'm saying? Because we know that the leader of this nation has been saying this for years upon years, man. He has been saying, man, that these Christian churches are going to go down, man. You know what I'm saying? He has been saying this, man. And now we are truly living this now, man. Keep going.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
You know what I'm saying? And when the wicked bear war, man, the people mourn, man. You know what I'm saying? John Gray is following after the most wicked people on the planet Earth, man. And he's causing his own people to mourn, man. You know what I'm saying? He's causing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that is within that church, man, to mourn, man. Following after his father, man. Following after our oppressor, man. That European man, that Roman Catholic Church, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's causing the Most High people to board. Can we get it from the top?
Come. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Uh-huh.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
You understand? The people mourn, man. You understand? And this brother Johnson right here, James Johnson, he just wants to know answers, man. And that's it, man. Like, he just wants to know the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, I mean, like, good night, brother Johnson, man. Like, it's right here, right in your face, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as what is going to happen and what is going to happen if, you know what I'm saying, your quote unquote Christian pastor does not vacate the premises. You know what I'm saying? By December 31st of this year, you know what I'm saying? Legal documents are going to take forth, man. You know what I'm saying? And just show you how much wicked of a person that John Gray is. You know what I'm saying? Earlier in this article, it was saying that he was going to tell his congregation the following week of exactly what's going to happen. Now this article is out before, quote unquote, he was supposed to be telling his congregation that, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, good night, man. I mean, like, the truth is always going to come out with these Christian churches, man. The truth is going to come out, man. By any means necessary, man. The truth has to come out, man. And this is exactly what we're witnessing right now. You know what I'm saying? The truth coming out through an article, man. You know what I'm saying? By a valid source, man, saying that in the lack of other words, man, John Gray is a wicked person, man. You know what I'm saying? He's essentially, of course, joining hand in hand with our oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? To just furtherly brainwash our people, man. And of course, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are our people, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, to make insult to injury, of course, man, that is a multicultural church, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, so not only that, man, I mean, like, not only is he not a brother to his own people, man? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, just to slap his own people in the face, he's actually allowing our oppressor in that church, man.
Right.
So how wicked of him, man? I mean, like, that's like a double wickedness, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, he's just wicked all over, man. What's the scripture? Let's go to John chapter 8, verse 44. You know what I'm saying? Because the lies of the Christian church is going to come out, man, as you are seeing right now, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? John Gray is not a true leader, man. He's not a leader at all, man. You gotta start counting, huh?
John chapter 8, verse 44.
Uh-huh.
Ye are of your father the devil.
You know what I'm saying? You are of your father the devil, John Gray, man. You do not care about black people whatsoever, man. You do not care about Hispanic people.
Right.
You do not care about Native Indian people whatsoever, man. Instead, you are of your father, the devil, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Roman Catholic Church, man. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? You are nothing but a puppet, man, to them, man. You are nothing but a puppet to them, man. And they are just using you and using you and using you, man. All for what? All for fame, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're making their pockets rich, man. While quote unquote your people is living in poverty, man.
Right.
Now, of course, you know what I'm saying? Of course, since that is a mega church, of course, you do have a lot of people that do have money. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like we was talking about in last week class, of course, there's nothing wrong with having money, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you do have to do it in the most righteous way possible, man. And buying your wife a 500,000 Lamborghini truck is not is not a righteous move, man. It's not a righteous move, not whatsoever, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you just slap every person, you know what I'm saying, that's in poverty here in Greenville, South Carolina. You just slap them in the face, man. You know what I'm saying? And they know exactly what's going on, man. You truly do not care about them, man. You know what I'm saying? If just like Joel Osteen down there in Houston, man. You know what I'm saying? When he closed up the churches, you know what I'm saying, like due to those hurricanes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if something was to happen here in Greenville, South Carolina, man? You would do the same thing, man, because you know what? Because that's not your church, man. You know what I'm saying? We bringing it out in the article right now that's truly not even your building, man. You know, like you made an agreement with Redemption Church, man. You know what I'm saying? And now that agreement is coming to bite you in the tail right now, man. You know what I'm saying? All because you love our oppressor so much, man. You said you love that you European man so much. You understand? If we can get that scripture from the top.
John chapter 8, verse 44.
Uh-huh.
Ye are of your father the devil.
Uh-huh.
And the lust of your father you will do.
Man, and the lust of your father you will do, man. You understand? Like that $500,000 Lamborghini truck, man. Just imagine, man, what you could have done, man, with that $500,000, $500,000, man. You know what I'm saying? You could have easily made some type of agreement with Redemption. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you could have just handed that over to Commander Jenny YAHANNA, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew he's going to know exactly what to do with it, man. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I'm saying, like you can't hand nothing over, man. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is in your name. You know what I'm saying? Legally, according to the South Carolina law, all that belongs to Redemption, man.
Right.
Keep going if you don't mind.
God. He was a murderer from the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? He was a murderer from the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? He was a murderer from the beginning, man. I mean, man, good night, man. And you are spiritually and physically murdering your people, man. Unknowingly, man. Unknowingly, that's exactly what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? By not answering questions, man. You know what I'm saying? By not telling the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like letting the truth just come out through via an email. You know what I'm saying? That was leaked.
Right.
If we can get that scripture from the top again.
John chapter 8, verse 44.
Uh-huh.
Ye are of your father the devil.
It says that you are of their father the devil, Mr. John Gray. You know what I'm saying? You are of your father the devil, man. You do not care about the Most High's chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? By covering everything up with lies, man. You're nothing but a liar, man. And you do not truly care about the Most High chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, man, as Commander Jenny YAHANNA has been saying, man, more churches are going to unfold. Are going to fold, man.
Right.
More churches are going to fold, man. It has to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that Commander Jenny YAHANNA has said has been coming forth, man. You know what I'm saying? We have been living in this, man. And now the Christian church is happening, man. I mean, good night, man. We got John Gray here in South Carolina. You got Joel Osteen down there in Houston. You got TD Jakes. He's down in Texas too, right? If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. All these Christian churches are going to fold, man. You know what I'm saying? And they are going to be begging, man, begging for, you know what I'm saying? Begging, just begging for forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? From their oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? From our oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, like let's just make a another deal, you know what I'm saying? Or is there something else that I'll be able to do, man? No, man. Listen, man. The best thing for you to do is to collect all the funds that you have and give it to Commander Jenny YAHANNA, man. Make that phone call, man. You saying hand them keys over, man, and we'll take it from there, man. You understand? So going back to this article, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want to read this last part one more time, man. It says redemption will begin the necessary court process to have relentless removed from the property in accordance with South Carolina law, man. So no matter what John Gray has to, as far as his upcoming quote unquote speech, you know, said no matter what happens, man, if they're not out by that date, legal matters is going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, he just lied in front of his congregation saying that, man, you know what, that we are not in termination. You know what I'm saying? We do not have an eviction notice, man. But of course, man, you know what I'm saying? The truth is always going to come out, man. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and keep on reading this. It says redemption is in receipt of the letter to its counsel from J. Stephen Welch on behalf of Relentless, dated December 5th of this year, 2019. Redemption disagrees with the legal positions taken in the letter and is preparing a response. Redemption does not believe it benefits either party for the legal battle to be waged in the media. Of course, they don't want the media to get a hold of this. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they don't want the mainstream media to understand, you know what I'm saying, the deals that they are doing behind closed doors, man. However, and instead, we look to the court process for resolution. And this is Katari D. Buck, partner of I.S.U.P.K Law PLLC. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like legal matters is happening right now, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like legal matters is going to happen to that church, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether John Gray likes it or not, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and go to John chapter 4 and verse 22. It's you understand? We're gonna go to John. What the water, sir? John 4 and 22. Slide. Shalaye. I believe it was at John 4 and 22.
John chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
You know what I'm saying? John Gray, you have no idea what you're worshiping, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea what you're doing to the Most High chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? But your lies, you know what I'm saying? Your deals that's going on behind closed doors are being revealed now, man. Through via an article, you know what I'm saying? Through via an email, you know what I'm saying? That was quote unquote sent earlier this week, man. That a deal was done in May of 2018, man. with this church redemption, man. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea what you're truly worshiping, man. You know what I'm saying? And what you're truly worshiping is our oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That's exactly who you worship, man, unknowingly, man. You know what I'm saying? You think that you're what's the Christian term, blessed and highly favored, you know what I'm saying? Because you have a network of $7 million, you know what I'm saying, according to the sources online. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, man, the Most High will take all that from you, man. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like he's in the process of doing that right now, man. Can we get it from the top?
John chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
You know what I'm saying? You have no idea what you're worshiping, man. You know what I'm saying? And you truly do not care for your quote-unquote congregation, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean that, I'm talking about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, because we don't care about those other heathen nations, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care about your quote-unquote multicultural church, man. You know what I'm saying? We care about the Most High chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? And you have no idea what you're worshiping, man. You know what I'm saying? You have no no understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a clear conscience, you understand, of what you're actually serving, man. Keep going.
Come. For we know what we serve. We know what we worship.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? We know exactly what we worship, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, it's going to keep on saying, you know what I'm saying, that salvation is of the Jews, man. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you have no idea what you're serving if you're allowing all of these other nations inside of your church, John Gray.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have no idea what you're doing to the Most High chosen people, man. You have no idea what you're quote unquote trying to accomplish, man. You know what I'm saying? You are accomplishing exactly what our oppressor wants to be done, man. To further brainwash the Most High chosen people, man. To further manipulate, you know what I'm saying, as far as how you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? In one sentence, you'll say that, oh, you know what? We're not evicted. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but you know what? This eviction notice came. Oh, and now an email is being leaked. Oh, and now, you know what? I'm going to make a statement next week of the further or what's going to happen going further, man. So, I mean, like, man, like, there's just so much confusion in the Christian church, man.
Right.
So much confusion in the Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, good night. I mean, like, man, like, why and how can you see John Gray as being a true brother here, man? I mean, like, how can you see that, man? He verbally, I mean, like, he had someone verbally assaulted. You know what I'm saying? He had his quote-unquote leaders in his congregation literally almost ambush a brother, all because he wanted to know the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? And to make insult to injury, man. He loves you so much that he said that he will forgive you, man, for that, man. I don't know about that, man. If somebody rushed me and verbally assault him, I'm going to feel some type of way about it, man. You know, I'm going to feel some type of way about it. I'm going to get to the bottom line of why that brother did that. You know what I'm saying? And of course to see if we'll be able to work out. If not, man, hey man, I can't be a John Gray and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do this to the brother, and then, you know, we don't have this, but, you know, oh, you know what, now I'm going to try to work it out with the brother. No, man. Listen, man, like the scriptures say, man, like, let your yea be yeas and your nays be nays, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you do want to, by any means necessary, work it out with your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? In the world, and of course in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Mainly with the people that's in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they need it the most, man. You know what I'm saying? But John Gray is filthy, man, for following our oppressor, man. And that's the bottom line of this story, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, like, John Gray, he's just disgusting, man.
Right.
He's just plainly and just simply, man. He's just disgusting, man. Man, I mean, like, good night, man. Like, you don't see, you know what I'm saying, anybody in the I.S.U.P.K, man, buying their wives a $500,000 Lamborghini truck, man. I haven't seen that, Officer Dawada. Man, I mean, good night, man. It will be some counseling going on.
Right.
You understand? It will be some counseling going on, man. But, man, I mean, like, we have so much structure and order in this truth, man. You understand? That we don't have to worry about that, man. You know what I'm saying? We have true brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? We have the proper understanding and the proper toolage to not join in hand with our nation, you know what I'm saying, as far as further oppressing our people, man. You know what I'm saying? We have that understanding, man. If we can drop that and we can get Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. Shalai. We're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Judah mourning.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? The true Jews are mourning, man. You know what I'm saying? That's, of course, talking about the true biblical Jews. Of course, the Black Spanish and Native Indians, man. Keep going.
And the gates thereof language.
You know what I'm saying? And the gates thereof language, man. Of course, you know what I'm saying? A gate is to keep what's in, and what's out, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is instance as far as talking about our quote-unquote black leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? John Gray, quote-unquote, is a quote-unquote black leader within Greenville, South Carolina, man. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, people look up to him, man. Keep going.
They are black.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, they are black, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning, of course, Black Spanish and Native Indians are black, man. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the concept, you know what I'm saying? As far as that weak gate, man. You know what I'm saying? That weak gate, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it just languished, man. You know what I'm saying? You have failed. You know what I'm saying? Your fellow brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? And you did a very, very unbrotherly act, man. You know what I'm saying? By doing something behind closed doors, man. You know what I'm saying? And you had no idea unknowingly what was going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? The truth always going to prevail, man. You know what I'm saying? The truth is always going to come out, man. The truth has to come out, man.
Right.
I mean, it just has to, man. And we just read it in this article, man. You know what I'm saying? That John Gray, in the lack of other words, is not a brother to his people, man. He's not a brother to his congregation, man. You know what I'm saying? And he don't give a damn about us, man.
Right.
He don't, I mean, like, just blatantly, he don't give a damn about us, man. Making Mac deals with Redemption Church, you know what I'm saying? Buying your wife a $500,000 Lamborghini truck, and ain't no telling what else you done bought her. Ain't no telling what else, what other type of side deals that that you've had. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he always he had a speculation as far as the $500,000 came from all these businesses. I mean, like, that he has. I mean, man, like, if you look at that church, man, that church is just a business, man.
Right.
That church is just a business, man. I mean, like, good night, man. Like, you're charging people to, if I'm not mistaken, and of course, Officer Dawud, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, but to be able to go into the gym, if you're not a member, you have to pay some type of fee, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to pay a fee. You know what I'm saying? Just to go into the church, man. I mean, so like just to go into the gym, and that's just one part of, you know what I'm saying, that mega church, man.
Right.
They got child cares, man. They got pantries. They got, man. I mean, like the list goes on and on, man. He talking about those these quote unquote multi businesses is how he was able to buy his wife that truck, man. But you have a business platform within your own church, man. A business platform within your own church, man. And people look at us crazy when we say the Christian church is the house of Satan, man.
Right.
Because it truly is the house of Satan, man.
Right.
It's not beneficial to the Most High chosen people at all, man. Not beneficial whatsoever, man. Unless you want to feel good. Unless you want to have a lot of money and do unrighteous things, man. Pray over pork, eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man, and tell your congregation, oh, it's okay to do that. Let's just pray over it. You understand? Let's go ahead and put up the Christmas tree. Let's go ahead and put up the decorations. It's okay. But man, good night, man. If you do your research and you dig just a little deeper and to do your research on all these abominable holidays, man, good night, man. You will have a better understanding, man. You understand? Of course, here down in South Carolina, of course, we do have the Feast of Dedication coming up, the Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? It's on December 20th. You know what I'm saying? So from 7 to 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, if you do need, if you have any questions, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to the Feast of Dedication, you know what I'm saying, contact 803 386-8553 or by email as well too. You understand? Because our emails are not going to be filthy like the email, you understand, that was leaked pertaining to John Gray, man.
Right.
You understand? The email here for South Carolina is onewestsc@gmail.com. You understand? And also, you understand, of course, you understand, because we are in righteous authority, you understand, we have a lecture, a revolution versus Christianity, the destruction of slave rebellion in the Americas. You understand? A lecture done, of course, by Officer Natazar 5000. You understand? It's going to be December 15th. You understand? That's right around the corner from that's this Sunday, right? Or next Sunday? No, Shalai. This Sunday, Shalai. This Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At the Nickeltown Community Center, and that address is 112 Rebecca Street here in Greenville, South Carolina. And once again, if you need more info, contact the number that you do see on the ticker, as well as the number right here I'm about to give one more time is 803-386-8553 or the onewestsc@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Come out and support this troop, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this is a free event. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do not have to pay to come to this event. You know what I'm saying? Come and get all the information that is needed, so we'll be able to break down, you know what I'm saying, these quote-unquote strongholds of the Christian church, man, here in Greenville, South Carolina, man. You know what I'm saying? We're about to bring out some very, very valuable information pertaining to the Christian church. You understand? And that is exactly what we're going to do. If we could, if we can go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Do we have any questions or comments online, sir? All right.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, man, if this does not make you mad here in Greenville, South Carolina, man, as far as this filthy, disgusting pastor of John Gray, man, if that does not make you mad, man, good night, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to reconstruct your mind, you know what I'm saying, to be able to see exactly how these Christian pastors are mind-gobbling our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians only, man. I mean, man, good night, man. Keep going.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
You know what I'm saying? And a gift destroyed all of the hearts, man. You know what I'm saying? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, thought that they had a like the brother Johnson was saying, a safe house. You know what I'm saying? Were in the midst of things changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't feel safe anymore, man. Like, he didn't feel like that was his congregation, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, I mean, like, good night, man. We definitely have news for you, man. That has never been your congregation, man.
Right.
That has never been your safe house, man. You know what I'm saying? Your only safe house only dwells, of course, in the I.S.U.P.K, man.
Right.
Only in the I.S.U.P.K will you be able to feel safe, man. Where you'll be able to feel safe, and of course, you'll be able to see a piece of kingdom of heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? we have the Passover, man, coming up, man. April 20th. Um, it's April 9th. Give me 1 second here. April 9th, you know what I'm saying, of next year, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's April 9th. Of course, this is the Lord's 51st annual Passover, man. It's going to be at the Westchester County Center, and that address is 198 Central Avenue, White Plains, New York. And the address, no, that zip code is 10606. Of course, if you are in South Carolina, man, once again, man, that same phone number and same email, man, 803-386-8553 or 1westsc@gmail.com, man. You know what I'm saying? Come witness exactly what Commander General YAHANNA has been doing since 1969, man. I mean, man, good night, man. He rented out a whole stadium, man, for 2 days, man. Man, good night, man. For 2 days, man. I mean, like, I remember my first Passover, man. It was not in the stadium. I mean, just the growth that I've seen since I was in the truth. And I'm pretty sure Officer Dawud can just say, I mean, like, man, because I believe he was telling me that his first Passover, it was roughly anywhere from 15 to 20 people, man. And now, I mean, like, it's a stadium, man. I mean, like, that's righteous authority, man. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what true brotherhood gets you, man. You know what I'm saying? Where we'll be able to rent out a full stadium, man, for 2 days, man. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what happens when the righteous are in authority, man. Exactly what happens, man.
Right.
So once again, if you did need more information pertaining to the Passover, of course, contact the 803-386-8553 or that 1westsc@gmail.com. If we can get that scripture from the top.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
You know what I'm saying? Surely oppression maketh us mad, man. You know what I'm saying? We are truly angry here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You know what I'm saying? But our anger is controlled. You understand? Because the scripture also say, of course, man, be angry, man, but sin not, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't follow suit of our oppressor, man, which wants us to, as far as physically hurt one another, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, man, like, we can literally hurt each other, man, with the words, man. You know what I'm saying? With these scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Because these scriptures, man, I mean, good night, man. I mean, like, they can literally tear down, man. Tear down mountains, man. It's not talking about as far as mountain physically, man. It's talking about as far as anything that you may have been going on within your life, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's wicked, you know what I'm saying? Just like, for instance, this right here, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is tearing down this church, man. You know what I'm saying? Tearing down the lies, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what's been going on within that church, man. Pedophilia, man. Of course, interracial marriage is all throughout that church, man. You know what I'm saying? Homosexuality, man. I mean, like, we seen it when we was at the event, man. Homosexuals just walking around freely. Interracial marriage just walking around rampant like it's just accepted, man. No, man. This man. Good night, man. More, like I said before, man, and just like Commander Jenny Hanna has been saying, man. More churches to come, man. You know what I'm saying? More churches to come, man, down here in the South, man. Because it has to happen, man. Because they don't give a damn, man, once again, about the Most High chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't look at Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6 as in, you know what I'm saying, like, man, like, we are a chosen people, man. They look at it as, oh, okay, we are all God's chosen people, man. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you don't have the understanding of the scriptures, Christian pastors, man. You don't have the understanding whatsoever, man. Right. Let's go ahead and drop that. Let's go ahead and get Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. You understand? Because, man, good night, man. Like, man, like, we just love our oppressors so much, man, and just so we just want to be like them so much, man, that we would just sell our own selves, man. Like, we would do behind the door deals, man, with other churches, man, unknowingly, not knowing what you're doing to your own congregation, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
You know what I'm saying? Envy not thou our oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is just so unbrotherly, man, to just want to be like our oppressor, man. It just shows how dumb you are, man.
Right.
It just shows how wicked you are, man. It shows how much knowledge you truly don't have, man.
Right.
When you want to be like our oppressor, man, that's just killing us in the streets, man. Just literally just straight killing us in the streets, man. They just had Mike Zimmerman, man, suing the Trayvon Martin's family, man. How much was it for? $100,000? So like $100 million, man, for what he did, man. He killed Trayvon Martin and then sold the gun, and now he wants to sue the family for $100 million. And that's pretty much who you're looking up to, John Gray. You agree with that? In a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? Because you're making behind door deals with other churches, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no telling how much money and how many funds has been distributed, you know what I'm saying, throughout Relentless and Redemption, man. Just to keep the mouths closed, man.
Right.
Just to keep the mouths closed, just for a little bit, man. But man, then boom, man. Like kaboom, man. Here comes the truth. Here comes the emails. Ain't no telling what's gonna come out next, man.
Right.
And I'm going to continue to follow this story, man. Cause man, John Gray, man, listen, man. Listen, man. Man, like your life is going to be turned upside down, and it's slowly but surely getting there, man. You understand? But man, listen, man. This is the Brotherhood class, you understand? So you still have time, brother. You understand? You still have time to turn it around, man. But listen, you're going to have to put in some work, man. You understand? Because the scripture says, man, the kingdom of heaven comes not with observation, man. You understand? Like, you are going to have to stop loving our oppressor, man. You understand? And you're going to have to start truly loving the Most High chosen people, man. That's exactly what has to happen, man. You have to turn over everything that you have, man, to the I.S.U.P.K, man. Turn it all over to us, man, and we'll take it from there, man. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. You know what I'm saying? Because John Gray needs to realize exactly what he's lacking, man. He's lacking something, man. You know what I'm saying? He's lacking his heritage, man. He's lacking his true culture, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Shalai, that's not what give me 1 second here. I was looking for.
45 and 17?
Yeah, Isaiah 45 and 17.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed or confounded.
Listen, man, John Gray, man, this is kind of like a step one. You understand? Like, you cannot be ashamed of who you truly are, man. You understand? Because you are truly shaming yourself, man. You understand? You are truly shaming yourself, thinking that you are doing something. You understand? With making these deals behind your congregation, man. And then when your congregation wants to know answers, you just give them a flip-flop answer. You know, like, you have to not be ashamed of an Israelite, man. You know, like, you should not be ashamed that you are a black man. You know, like, you should not be ashamed of that, man. You know, you should not be ashamed of who you truly are, man. And that's exactly, you're saying, what you should be doing, man. You know, saying you should be just taking everything that is shameful. You know, what I'm saying that's in your past. You know, what I'm saying that's coming up, man. Just you know, what I'm saying man, like don't be shameful of it, man.
Right.
You know, what I'm saying and don't be ashamed that you are a true Israelite, man. You know, like don't be ashamed of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, listen, man, and like we were saying earlier, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to stop loving our oppressor, man. That's something that you have to stop doing, man. Because you loving our oppressor has gotten you until December 31st of this year to be evicted from not your church, your redemption church. You know what I'm saying? That's literally has what I mean. This is exactly what this has led to, man. You not giving a rat's ass about anyone but yourself, man. Anyone but yourself in our oppressor, man. Because you can't truly love your own people, man. If you're sending your quote unquote leaders to literally physically rush a person and to verbally assault a person, and then have the cops paid, you know what I'm saying, to where it's just like nothing happened. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had cameras, multiple witnesses in that room that would be able to vouch for that brother and to be able to say what that brother was saying was not a lie. No, man. Not at all, supposedly, man. Nothing ever happened. And just like the Christian church, what they do, they just sweep it up under the rug.
Right.
Sweep it up under the rug, man. All because someone wants to know the truth, man. Someone wanted to know the truth, and then bam, the truth hits you right in the face, man. The truth hits you right in the face, man. Good night, man. 1 second here. Let's go ahead and get 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. You know what I'm saying? Because like we were saying before, man, the truth is always going to come out, man. You know what I'm saying? That pastor at Redemption, man, you know what I'm saying? He just lets you know up front and straight to the point, man, that if you're not out by this particular date, man, legal matters is going to happen, man. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
You know what I'm saying? It says, let no man deceive you, man. You know what I'm saying? That brother Johnson, man, I mean, good night, man. Unfortunately, in this case, man, you were deceived, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you thought that your quote-unquote righteous leader, you know what I'm saying, was somebody, you know what I'm saying, which he know nothing, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like the scripture says, I believe it was somewhere where it says the ones that think they're wise but they know nothing. I may be paraphrasing all wrong, you know what I'm saying? But it is a scripture where it says that you know, a person may think that they know something, man, but they know nothing, man. And that's exactly what John Gray knows, man. He knows nothing, man. Nothing whatsoever, man. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately for this brother, man, he was deceived by a lying, conniving person, man. If we can get it from top.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
You know what I'm saying? Let no man deceive you by any means, man. You know what I'm saying? And Most High in Christ, man, that email did get leaked, man. You know what I'm saying? Because now that Brother Johnson, he's able to have he's able to have at least, you know what I'm saying, that question that John Gray didn't answer, he's able to finally have that answer, man. And now, you know what I'm saying, John Gray, once again, he has some explaining to do, man.
Right.
Keep going.
John. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
You understand? Because it's like that way falling first, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Like we were saying earlier, man. You know what You know what I'm saying? These Christian churches are going to fall, man. They have to fall, man. You know what I'm saying? And we are seeing this, you know what I'm saying, in Greenville, South Carolina, man. We are seeing this in Greenville, South Carolina, man. Like, of course, no one in the world knew that it was going to happen. But of course, in the I.S.U.P.K, we knew that one day, someday, that this was going to happen, man. That this church of quote unquote relentless was going to fall, man. And it is falling, man. I mean, good night. I mean, man, like man, like they just making backdoor deals. They just making all of these side hustles, saying that he quote unquote have all of these quote unquote businesses. Now and whatsoever, man, it's all through a church that was never his. That was never his. In the beginning, man, that was never his whatsoever, man. And listen, man, good night, man. Like that, man. It's like, man, like how come they just won't listen to Commander YAHANNA, man? Right. That's what I'll just be like, man, okay, if you listen to Commander YAHANNA and you understand, you know what I'm saying, the prophecies are being fulfilled, man. Not according to us, but of course according to the scriptures, man. I mean, man, good night, man. We are living, man. I mean, man, Sodom and Gomorrah, destruction is going to happen to this place, man. Right. It has to happen, man. It is happening. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, destruction is truly happening, man. You know what I'm saying? And we are waiting, patiently waiting, man, for our King Yahawashi to come down, man, with them 200,000 angels, man, to restore order in the most hellish place that we have ever seen before our eyes, man. That's what we're waiting for, man. You know what I'm saying? We are waiting for that, man. If we can get that scripture from the top.
John, Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Uh-huh. Let no man deceive you by any means.
You know what I'm saying? Let no man deceive you, man. By any means necessary, man. Do not be deceived, man, by these lying, pork chop eating, molesters. Right. I mean, man, like the list goes on and on, man. Pedophilia, man. These pastors, man. Do not be deceived by them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're nothing but liars and they're nothing but filth, man.
Right.
And Yahweh shop, man, for the destruction of relentless church, man.
Right.
Most high in Christ for that, man. Most high in Christ for that, man. You understand? Do not be deceived, man. You're saying you cannot be deceived by these wicked, lying, thirsty, hungry, money hungry, lying thieves, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all they want to do is take all of your money, get themselves rich, and continue to make the Jewish man rich, man. Continue to make the Roman Catholic Church rich, man.
Right.
Continue to make themselves rich while you're living in the bottoms, man. You know what I'm saying? While we living in the hoods of America. While we living in the hoods of Greenville, South Carolina. John Gray does not truly love black people, man.
Right.
And all of these so-called wicked leaders, man, Commander YAHANNA said it first, man. But you're next. You understand? You're next in line, man. You are next in line for true destruction, man. Just like Jeremiah 23:1 says, man, woe unto these Christian pastors, man. Because you have scattered the Most High sheep, man. And this is so vital, man. What's happening right here in Greenville, South Carolina, man? This is a spiritual event, man. This is a true spiritual event that's happening right here in Greenville, South Carolina, man. It truly is, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this filth of a person is just scattering the Most High chosen people, man. Having them thinking that it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. It's okay to intertwine with these interracial marriage, man. It's okay to be a homosexual. It's okay to be a pedophile, man. It's okay to be a molester, man. No, man. Destruction to them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they do not care about the Most High chosen people, and they are not brothers, man.
Right.
They are not brothers in the kingdom, man. They are not true brothers in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? With that, do we have any questions online or anything like that? Comments or nothing? Alright, no sweat. I'm gonna go ahead and read the security announcements. Give me 1 second. Alright. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After the 6 months, if a brother or sister is interested in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months, like, didn't I have like a hard copy of this? All right, count. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi chapter 3 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, like we said before, is the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. You can find this, it falls on the 25th day of, find this on the 25th day of the 9th month by space of 8 days, Friday, December 20th, 2019 for 8 days. You find this in 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, and headband. And with that, shalom.